path to Allah does not begin with extremes, but with balance between fear, hope, and love. There is a path, not walked with feet, but with the heart. A path with no map, yet the only one that truly leads somewhere. The path to Allah. It begins quietly, with a question within. What am I really living for? And with a yearning that has no words. But this path is not a straight line. It leads through doubts, through losses, through sleepless nights and silent tears. It challenges you, not to break you, but to purify you. And on this path, you will need 3 companions. Fear, that restrains your ego. Hope, that lifts you up again. And love, that carries you when nothing else remains. For the path to Allah is not a sprint. It is a call, gently and lovingly reminding you. You were not made for the dunya. You were made for Him. There is fear that paralyzes and fear that saves. The first is born from dunya, from people, from loss. But the second, it is sacred, for it springs from the realization, one day I will stand before my Creator. All veils will fall, all excuses will fade, and only my heart will speak, either for me or against me. This fear, Taqwa, is not trembling before a tyrant, but awe before the exalted, whom you love and whose closeness you never want to lose. Al-Ghazali says, whoever knows Allah fears Him, and whoever fears Him avoids superficiality. This fear is light. It keeps you awake in the dark nights. It whispers to you when your ego grows loud, and it protects you from lying to yourself. But this fear is not the destination. It is only the gate. For behind fear lies something greater, the hope in His mercy. When everything inside you is broken, this hope remains. When you've sinned, failed, fallen, this hope remains. Because Allah's mercy is boundless, and He loves to forgive. Al-Ghazali says, do not despair because of your many sins, for His mercy is greater than your burden. This hope lifts you. It tells you, you don't have to be perfect. You only have to be sincere. Even if you fall 1,000 times, if you return with a true heart, Allah awaits you with open arms. Hope gives you courage, not because you trust yourself, but because you trust Him, His mercy, His nearness, His promise. A promise that does not fade with your failures, but grows stronger with your sincerity. And what is stronger than fear, deeper than hope? The love for Allah, not the romantic, fleeting love of this world, but a love that reshapes your heart, that makes you weep in sujood, that wakes you in the stillness of night, that silences you when your ego wants to speak, because you know He sees you, He hears you, and that is enough. Al-Ghazali teaches, true love for Allah is not shown in words, but in sacrifice, in what you give up to be closer to Him, in the time you offer, in the wealth you share, in your desire to purify yourself for Him, not for applause. This love becomes a compass. It leads you through doubt, through dunya, through darkness, until you feel, I no longer live for myself, I live for Him. But this path is not straight. It is narrow, rocky, full of trials. Sometimes you see nothing. Sometimes you're alone. Sometimes you ask yourself, am I even on the right path? But precisely then Allah tests your heart, not by how fast you walk, but by whether you keep going, despite setbacks, despite emptiness, despite silence. Al-Ghazali says, the path to Allah is long, but whoever sincerely begins it, Allah comes to him with speed. It's not about being perfect. but about being genuine, not about loud victories, but about silent loyalty, because Allah sees you when you fight even though you're tired, when you remain firm even though your heart trembles, when you continue even though you've fallen, and it is in this that His closeness lies. And whoever seeks Allah will not arrive through achievement, but through sincerity, not through perfection, but through a pure heart. Maybe you fall often, but rise again. Maybe you cry a lot, but remain silent in patience. Maybe you have nothing, but your inner struggle. Yet if you seek Allah, then every step is light, every tear is a prayer, and every rise a proof. Your heart is alive, for whoever seeks Allah will be found by Him.